Hey, hey, hey. We're gonna get this thing started here in just a little bit. Gotta get this camera right. Right. Man, that looks great. Hair. Get that bun hawk right. What's going on with it? get this Hot Onnitw class started now. I'm gonna need this towel. We're gonna go hard today. Today is leg fire. So we're gonna hit the legs so good today, but we're gonna get the whole body as well. Legs though. Those legs though. All right, what do we need today? So, if you have some type of weight, hey, you can use it today. Any extra weight would be beneficial. If you don't have extra weight, that's cool too. All right, we're gonna start out with some breath work here. Breath work that we're gonna work on today is this belly breath. So just standing tall, I'm gonna let the hands go to the hips. This is gonna drive me crazy. All right, it's all good. All right, hands on the hips. Feet under your armpits, parallel. Take it through the nose, exhale through the nose. A couple breaths like that. I'm gonna breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Squeezing tight. Big inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. A couple more breaths like that. Just shot a booger out. Okay, much better. Big inhales and exhales. Now we're going to take that into the belly. Inhale through the nose, fill into the belly. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, fill into the belly through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 3 more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 1 more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. All right. Starting with the hands, spread the fingers wide. Let your palms turn parallel to the floor. From here, you're going to use your left hand as a wall. You're going to peel back your right index finger here. The rest of the fingers are going to curl in to your palm pads and then make a little fist. You'll do that 3 times. Curl into the palm pads, make a little fist 3 times. Still breathing deep while you're doing this, and then after the index finger, then you'll switch to the next finger. You're going to peel that one back. The other fingers will curl into your palm pads, making a tiny little fist 3 times. Curl in pads, and then make a little fist. Go finger, bring finger up, curl in, make a little fist 3 times. This one doesn't feel awesome to me, but it's good for those tendons, a little tendon flossing. One tendon's going one way while the other goes the other. The others go the other way to break up any adhesions or scar tissue, giving you restriction. Breaking up restriction is what we're looking to do. Curl into the palm pads and make that tiny little fist 3 times. Cool. When you come to the thumb, you're going to just draw your thumb back like a slingshot. Not too hard. Just pull a little bit and then release. Switching hands. Your left palm will be out. Index finger pumped up. The right hand's going to be the wall that helps you peel it back. Once you peel it back, you're going to curl those fingers into your palm pad, make that little fist 3 times on each finger, working your way down to the pinky. Keeping your breath steady. Big inhale next to what is going on with this little guy? Curl into the palm pads and then roll it all the way in to make that little fist. Then to the pinky. That's where you really get it. Pull into the palm pads and then curling it in. All right. Slingshot on that thumb. And then relax. So here you're gonna curl your fingers into a fist. Up high. You got a spoon and a fork. You're eating your favorite food. Curling out those big circles. And reverse, still eating. And then intertwine the fingers. Palm squeeze tight. Elbow squeeze down. You're squeezing the forearm as you take your wrists through figure eights. And here, you're squeezing those forearms into each other, almost giving yourself a massage, but we're just trying to find as much range of motion in the wrists and forearms that you can create. Squeeze those elbows together, you're going to turn the arms from side to side. Get a little shift in the shoulder, a little internal rotation of the shoulder. And that just looks like this, a little windshield wiper action. And then you'll straighten the arms, curl it in and bring it back. Keep those elbows toward each other as much as you can. And from here, you're going to pull your elbows apart, using your left wrist as your guide wrist. I'm going to guide my right wrist through full range of motion. So I'll pull the left wrist, or use the left wrist to pull my right wrist down, getting a stretch. My right wrist is pulling up for a little resistance. Then the left wrist really squeezes and pulls the right wrist all the way down below the belt. And then now the left wrist is going to pull the right hand all the way up. So as you pull and stretch, your right hand is resisting by pulling down. You pull all the way up over the head. You'll do that 2 more times. Left hand pulling the right wrist down, resist it with the right hand, coming below the belt. And then left hand pulls the right hand up, another stretch. Pulling up 1 more time, pull down the left hand, and then left hand pulls the right hand up. And then now take the hands apart, flick it out, intertwine those fingers again. We're doing the same thing except opposite hand. The right hand is pulling the left wrist down. Left wrist is kind of fighting that. So I'm pulling down, resisting, come down below the belt. Now that right hand is pulling the left wrist up. Left hand is resisting. Coming all the way up and then down. And then back up. And then one last time, pull it down. Getting that stretch, but I'm also resisting, coming all the way down. And then back up. Okay, now here you're going to go just into a nice little wave. Here, still finding that breath, big inhales and exhales. And really exaggerate that wave. And you can make it a little faster. And then reverse the wave. Fluid. And from here, fingers still intertwined, you're going to turn your palms down toward the floor. And here we're just going to do a glide. You're going to glide away from the chest and back to the chest, getting a lateral stretch of the wrists, keeping your breath steady. And then do the twist out. Palms out. All the way overhead, bring it in front. And relax. Here you're going to take your shoulders in the backward circles. You're going to inhale on the top half of the circle, exhale on the bottom half of the circle. Keep that going. And then relax, you're going to take those into forward circles. You're going to inhale in the back half of the circle, exhale in the front half of the circle. Really trying to massage your neck with the shoulders. And relax, take one shoulder up, one shoulder down. And then switch. Take left hand up, right hand down. Far as you can reach. Letting the shoulders stack in line and then switch. Let the hips shift away from your downward reaching hand. All right, here we're going to take the arms into backward circles. Inhale, carving back, exhale. Inhale, reach it up, exhale, carving back. Keeping that micro bend in your knees. So you can do what the core needs. A little arch, and then coming out of that arch. And we're going to reverse those circles. Inhale, up high, exhale, dropping down. Arms down, you're going to roll your arms in, pinkies toward each other, shoulders squeezing in toward each other. You're going to roll those arms back, chest proud. Roll forward, round. Big inhale, roll the shoulders back, proud chest. Twisting your arms, your hands up as much as you can in each direction to really open this up. Relax, shaking it out. All right, so hands on hips. So here, feet under your armpits. We're going to go into a pelvic tilt. Turn that belt buckle up toward the chin. Turn the belt buckle down the floor. And so using the hands on the hips to find that movement here. And then you'll go some little short ones. Don't make eye contact with anybody. Okay, and we'll go side to side with the hips. One hip really lifts while one hip sinks down, and then switch. And then with the knees, one leg goes towards straight. That's the high hip. And then the other knee bends, that's the low hip. High hip with the straight leg. Low hip with the bent leg, and then switch. Start to make it more fluid. All right. Now we're going to put those together. You got the high hip. Turn the belt buckle down. Other high hip. Turn the belt buckle up. So eventually you're getting your salsa circles. Just taking your time, feeling it out. And once you've felt it out, then smooth it out. Turning the hips in all directions. In one direction, circles. And then relax. Reset. We're going to do that same thing in the other direction. One might feel a little more robotic than the other, so you might have to break it down to the pieces just until you get it there. Side, back, other side, forward, and then start to smooth it out. All right, resetting. We're going to let the feet come together, legs super straight. Hands on the hips. Now we're going to go into big circles, like hula hoop style. Trying to keep the legs as straight as they can be. Big hula hoop circles. And then reverse those big hula hoop circles. You're going to stand on your left leg. You're going to float your right leg off the ground. And here you're going to press to lift that right leg a little higher. And then tap the right heel on the ground. You're using the lift and lowering of the hips. Just keep it going. Trying to keep both legs closer to straight. Where you're really trying to pull that hip up to lift the foot and then place it back down. So as one hip flexes up, the other hip has to adjust. It's going to be a small movement here, and then relax. Shake that out. Your right leg grounds, left leg floats. Now the left hip goes up and back down. Both legs straight, finding that lift of the hip, and relax. Alright, so now you're putting weight in the left leg. Now your right leg is going to float. You're going to turn your toes out and then back to straight. And that's your move. So keep a little bend in the knee. When you turn the toes straight, that knee's going to turn. And you'll turn it right back to straight. So turn that foot, bring it back. Just keep it going. Warming these hips up. They'll thank you later. Right foot down, float that left foot. Left leg twisting out. See the inside of the left, back to the outside of the front of the knee. And then relax. Now we're going to go the other way. So we did the inside of the ankle to show. And we're going to go turn the toes down toward the floor. Hands on the hips, turning that leg out. Internal rotation. Small movement. Alright, switching legs. Weight in the right foot, left leg's find that internal rotation. And relax, both legs down. Alright, so now we're going to work our curtsy step. So your curtsy step, you're going to put weight in your left foot. Your right leg is going to reach back and diagonal. And then you're going to step forward. So we're going to do not the bend down into the lunge. We're just going to do a reaching curtsy. Just reaching back and then letting both your hips point forward. So as I reach back, my back hip turns in and goes back. And that's what we're looking for. Turn and go back. Only touching that pinky toe on the curtsy step, big toe to reset. Pinky toe, big toe. Pinky toe, big toe. And then reset. Right foot down. Now your left foot needs to be the curtsy step. So the left foot's going to go back and turn in. Try to touch that pinky toe. And then touch the big toe to reset. Pinky toe, big toe. Pinky toe. And relax, standing tall. So now, weight in the left leg. Your right toes are going to sweep out, toes up, and then come back down. We're going to do about 20 on that one side. All right, left foot grounded, right leg swinging up, toes up toward the sky, and then back down. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12 for me. Keep it going. 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Shake it out. Switching sides. Left toes turning now, coming back. Last 10. 3 more. 19, 20, and relax. Woo! All right. Hips, got a little action. All right, so now we're gonna work this primal squat. One of my favorite moves in these Hot Onnitw classes is this squat in particular because of how much it pulls into the deep hips, deep abdominals. So you're gonna start out, feet under your armpits, and you're gonna turn your toes out slightly. And so as your toes turn out, those knees need to follow your toes, okay? And so with the toes turned out, you're gonna start by pulling the hips back and then down. Pulling the hips down. Yeah, come the fuck on. Right now. Almost fell down. Why is YouTube hating on me today? Come on, YouTube, why you gotta be hating on me today? I'm trying to get this leg burn in. All right, back to action. What we're doing, we're doing an ape squat. Toes turned out. You're gonna drive the hips back and down. Let those hands come inside the big toes to touch, and then drive in through hips forward, palms forward. Exhale, squat. Inhale, driving up, okay? So feeling powerful with those. Pulling it, make sure you're pulling those hips back and down. Getting deep into that squat. Arms inside the feet. Driving, squeezing forward with the hips. Being proud with it. Here we go. Finding your range of motion and finding your rhythm with your breath. Your tempo is based off of your breath. Keep it going. Lowering down for the squat. Inhale to stand tall. Maybe you're making barely a touch to the floor with the fingertips. Maybe you're even using your arms to flex on the insides of your legs to give you a stopping point. Maybe you're just here. Okay? Find that rhythm and that depth is best for you. Go ahead and relax. Come back to the breath here. Big inhales. Let it go. We're recovering with the breath. Big inhale. Let it go. Big inhale. Let it go. These ape squats, and we're going to add an acceleration going down. So before you do that, we're going to find a safe endpoint here. So finding your squat at the bottom of that squat, okay? That's the bottom, feels good. Maybe come up a little bit higher than that, and that's where you're gonna be your stopping point. So go ahead and come up. So these accelerations, you're gonna basically visualize you're standing here, feeling good, and somebody with a sword sneaks up and they're gonna try to cut you in half. And they cock that sword back ready to cut you in half, and then just before they swing it, you accelerate down into that ape squat. And then they swing and nothing happens. They miss, you have a great day, all is good. So, all you're gonna do is just accelerate toward the bottom of your squat and then ease yourself back up. So it's gonna look like this. Don't start yet, it's gonna look like this. Feet on the armpits, toes tilted out. You're gonna accelerate down, your way back up. It's almost like somebody pulled the mat from underneath you. You drop down to that squat and then ease back up. Okay, accelerations down. So go ahead and give that a try. Couple times. That's looking good, but go a little bit lower and be a little bit more abrupt on your drop down. Accelerate. Don't let yourself come all the way to the stop or to the bottom. So if you have that ability to come to that very bottom ape squat, the goal is not to bounce off of that and come up. It's to accelerate your downward motion, and before you get to the bottom, you start to squeeze through the legs, and that stops that momentum, and then you come out of it. Okay? Generate momentum, and then come out of it. All right, so we're going to go 30 seconds in here on these acceleration squats, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go to work. It's almost like you're hopping the feet off the ground to lower down quick as you can. 15 seconds, crush. Keep it going. I even like that little hop. And then try to land in that squat at the bottom. and time. Great job. Big inhales and exhales, working your recovery. As you're breathing deep, go ahead and watch. We're going to set up the next move. So we're going to go into this reverse lunge. Feet under your armpits. You're going to start with the right foot. You're going to step it back. Pause. That's one bus stop. Second one is you're going to pull your body down with that back leg. Pull your right knee to a hover. Then from here, I'm squeezing both legs, scissoring them toward each other. I'm going to drive into a high knee, straightening the left leg. Then I'm going to reset. I'm going to step the left foot back, pull the left knee down, drive through both legs to a high knee. And that's your move. Step back, get low, drive off, switch. Okay? We're going to go 30 seconds to a high knee, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Step back, get low. Drive that knee up and switch. Back, get low, snap out of it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Inhales and exhales. All right, we're going to come down into that amazing ape squat. Feet under the armpits, toes tilted out. Down that ape squat. From here, we're going to come up into a little hop, okay? After you come up, you're going to load the legs down to the squat. And so it's going to be continuous. So it's going to look like this. Okay? Squat with a little hop. We're going to knock in 30 seconds of that, okay? Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's hop. Hips pull forward, hips pull back. "15 seconds left. "8 seconds. You got this. 2, 1, and time. Great job. Breathing deep. Taking time for the recovery. Big inhales and let them go. Yeah, this little guy back here pissing me off. I'm just gonna let it hang. Don't make fun of my last blind hawk with the tails hanging. All right. We're going to come down into that ape squat. From your ape squat, you're going to lean to the right leg. You're going to step your right foot wider. Then you're going to lean to the left side. Take the right foot narrow. That's our move. Wide, narrow, staying low in that squat the whole time. Okay? That's your move. So rest, get your mind right, we're going to knock it out. I'm going to go 45 seconds to this one. So take 10 seconds here. Get a swig. Dry off. Or just breathe. Prepping the body for this awesomeness. That Waterloo strawberry. Bing! Just in case. Yes, I am an affiliate and I do get credit for that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Setting up these squats. Stand on the squat, you're going to go wide and get right back narrow. Here we go. Get these legs burning a little bit. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Find that squat. Now you're going to step in. You're going to step wide. Just back and forth here. Staying low in the squat. Breathe deep. Feeling good. Breathing steady. I'm still in that squat. Wide with the feet, narrow with the feet. 3, 2, 1. Stand up tall. Going into butt kicks here. Breathing deep. Big inhales and exhales. This little braid is tickling my back. I don't like it. Need some scissors. Big inhales and exhales. Butt kicking. Don't quit. Then we take that to a high knee outside the body. Big inhales and exhales here. Knee coming out wide. And relax. Take a couple more breaths. Get this hair in the situation. All right. Something like what I want. All right. Finding your breath. All right, so we're going to go into these shoebox toe touches. Okay? You're going to start with both feet in a shoebox. Okay? You're going to float your right foot. It's floating off the ground. You can see that. Right foot is floating completely off the ground. Okay? Now with that right foot floating, we're going to reach down to the ground for a toe touch, framing both feet. So both feet are in a shoebox. Do not let the feet touch. Do not let the right foot touch the ground. You're going to hinge here. Push the hips back. Reach down toward the floor. Not letting the foot go forward or back to counterbalance. You're keeping it floating like it's in a shoebox, not touching the sides. Going to reach down, touch toward the floor. Stand up tall. Okay, so we're going to start with 10 of those. 10 toe touches, 10 ground touches. Floating that right foot. Here we go. Don't kick the foot forward or back. It's staying floating in a shoebox, matching the other shoe, but just off the ground. Here we go. Going for 10. There's 1. There's 2. Snap. 3. There's 4. 5. That right foot should be floating. Don't cheat yourself. 6. You can bend the knees as much as you need to make it happen. 7. 3 more for me. 8. 9er. And then here we go. 10. Woo! All right, right foot down. Now you're gonna float down. Keeping them in the shoebox. Here we go for 10. Bend that right knee as much as you need to come to the ground. There's 1. There's 2. Shoot. There's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And the last one. 10. Put that foot down. Big inhales and exhales. Letting the breath come back. Maybe drying off. Maybe get some swig swag. All right. Easy enough. Now we're going to come down into the ape squat at the back of your mat. Down in that ape squat now, you're going to reach your arms forward until the hands come to the ground. You'll see your heels leave the floor. Here you're going to take a step with your right foot. Let your right foot go flat into the ground. You're still on the ball, left leg. Hands are on the ground, knees flexed wide, making room for your torso. You're going to put weight into that right foot, lean into that right knee, and then you'll step the left foot forward. that goes flat. Your right foot now is kind of at an angle. Left foot goes flat. You're gonna lean to that left side. Find new depth in the left hip, squat wise. Forward. Basically, you're carving out that range of motion in your hip, walking yourself to the top of your mat, and then slowly walking yourself, letting your hips adjust to the back of your mat, one leg at a time. One foot's the other foot's on the ball of the foot, and then you alternate. So you're going to go forward and back a couple more times, just taking your time, letting the hips adjust. Sitting deep into the flat foot side. Switch. Left is my flat foot. Deep into that side. This allows you to open up range of motion in the hips. So after you've gone forward and back, go. The next progression, you can keep doing that, or you can extend the arms parallel to the ground. Now you're still working those same steps with the feet. Foot goes forward, working your way to the top of your mat, and then working your way back. Okay? Then from here, go ahead and have a seat. You're going to let your hands sweep around to the back. Toes are going to widen the width of your mat. Fingers are going to rotate away from your toes. With your fingers away from your toes, we're going to go into this engaged crab move. Shoulders are going to pull back and down, floating your hips. And then from here, you can find the glide with the hips forward and back, feeling the power of the hands and wrists, and maybe even adjusting the hands to be more comfortable. Today, for me, my hands feel good at a diagonal instead of just straight fingers away from the toes. It's on this diagonal. So from here, you're driving the feet into the ground, feeling the toes pressing to the ground. You're going to go into tippy toes. Highest tippy toe you can get on. Exhale, pull the hips toward the wrist. So we're getting this little rock, tippy toe rock, hips to wrists. Let's keep it going. All right, go ahead and sit the hips down. You're going to walk the hands a little bit wider, just a touch. You want them wide enough so that you can pull the wrists the hips through the wrists, okay? And go ahead and rest. A couple big inhales and exhales. So our first move that we're going to do out of this now is you're pressing into the feet, pressing into the hands. You're going to pull the hips through the wrist and come out of the wrist. That's the little move right there. Maybe widen the hands just a touch to make it free. Okay? Never letting your butt touch the ground. You're staying elevated with the arms. The shoulders are pushing away from the ears the entire time. Okay, we need 20 seconds. Hips roll forward, hips roll back. Keep it going. Pushing with the legs, pulling with the legs, and doing that same push-pull with the arms. Keeping your butt away from the floor the whole time. Five seconds left. And relax, hips come down. Big inhales and exhales here. Now we're going to go into a leg extension here. So hands come back to that position. Shoulders back and down so you can float the butt. Here we're going to straighten one leg. Point the left toes, flex the left toes toward the front. Keeping that left leg hovering and then slowly pull it back. We'll switch sides. Right leg goes to flex and point. Bring it back. Alternating sides. Reaching as far forward as you can while lowering the hips to that hover. Really trying to point the toe, getting that straight line from the top of your shin over your toes. And relax, hips down. You're gonna knees tight as you can to the belly. Pulling your shoulder blades apart in the back. Sitting tall. Got some good pops right there. Again, hug around the knees. You squeeze those knees to your chest. Take a big inhale, expand into the thighs. And exhale, we're doing 5 more of those. Squeeze knees to the chest. Breathing to expand your belly into the thighs. Pulling the shoulder blades forward through the chest. Sitting even taller, big inhale. Exhale, let those hands come right back behind you now. So here we're going to go into a high knee. You're going to take your right knee all the way up to the right shoulder. Lower that right foot back down, and then you'll switch sides. Left knee to left shoulder, and back down. Alternating sides here. Really trying to make the knee touch something each time. Even if it's your right ear. Actually, I can't touch my right. Yeah, I did. Right ear, not left ear. Shoulder to shoulder. Keep it going. From here, the feet are going to stay still. You're going to walk the hands forward until you can find that ape squat. From here, you're going to drive to the feet. Keep your stomach and thighs touching. Straighten into the legs. And then rebend into the legs into your squat. Straighten into the legs, stomach and thighs, staying connected. And then rebend down. So that's your move. We're going to go for 20 of those. Inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale to sit back down. Your stomach and thighs glued to each other and staying that contact the whole time. Keep going. Three more moves. And then stand tall. All right. Breathing deep here. I'm going to find space. I'm going to come down into that amazing ape squat. From your ape squat, you're going to step the right foot back into a lunge while still staying that left leg in the squat. And you'll step the right foot back. Left leg goes back to the lunge. Right foot returns. So the whole time the hips stay at that low position, squat position, and all you're doing is adjusting. One leg goes back, the other one stays forward, and then the other lunge. So squatting to a lunge, never stand up in between. We're gonna go for rounds of 30 seconds. Shit, it's gonna get rough. Breathing deep here. Getting ready. All right, here we go. Top of your mat. Feet under your armpits. Toes turned out. Find that squat. Step into the lunge. Step forward into your squat. Make sure you pivot the toes out. Find that other squat or lunge. Squat, stay in it. Reach back for a lunge. Stay low. Right back into the squat. Reach back for a lunge. Staying low. Right back into a squat. Going. Three seconds is all we need. And time. All right, we're going to those accelerating drop lunges. Here we go. 30 seconds. And begin. 3 seconds. And time. Breathing deep. Hugging high knees. Inhale to hug. Exhale to release. All right. So here we're going to go into these quick switch lunges or jump lunges. So what that looks like, I'm going to actually weight myself here. I got a 30-pound rucksack. So for these switch lunges, feet under your armpits, you're going to make sure the right foot steps back. You're going to come down into your lunge. You're going to push off to switch. Okay, so actually let me show you this first. So with these jump lunges, you don't have to go way back, super deep, jumping. You know, it can be a miniature version. It's about finding a little bit of explosion and being quick and balanced with your feet. So, starting with the left foot back, right foot forward, step forward halfway. Here you're going to bend down, staying vertical with your torso until the legs are loaded. Front leg's loaded, my back leg's loaded. From here, I'm going to push off to switch legs in the air. As soon as my feet touch the ground, I'm absorbing that landing right back into the lunge. Before I get to the bottom, I'm pushing off to spring into jump lunge. It's going to look like this. Okay? So you can go no weight, just like you did. You can go with weight at the chest. Okay? Any kind of weight will do. Okay? Alright, so here we go. We're going to go 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, let's go. And relax. Big inhales and exhales. We're going to go wide feet here. Slightly pigeon-toed, hands on the hips. Hinge. Exhale, push the hips back. Inhale, pulling forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, pulling forward. Maybe intertwine the fingers behind the head. Good mornings. Leading with your heart, elbows are last. All right, so letting the hands come to the floor, feet wide. Here you're going to bend into your right knee and then switch. So here, taking your time, starting to find a little bit more in each direction, a little more shift in each direction, a little more weight in each direction, walking the hands over in any way that you need to. Finding some variations that feel good to you. Both feet wide. Find that wide leg forward fold here. Let the head hang low. Here we're gonna go side to side touches. So I'm squeezing my legs. I'm gonna take my right hand, reach to the right, come back down. Left hand's gonna reach out to the left. And alternate far as you can reach from both sides. We need 20 seconds here. Squeezing with my legs, using my deep abdominals, arms are obviously getting the flex. And relax the hands down to the ground. Here you can add a little bend to the knees, walk the hands through the feet. Let the head hang low. Breathing deep. Slowly pivot the feet back underneath you. Walk the hands up the legs and up. Okay, great effort. So from here, you're going to walk yourself to a wall. Once you find your wall, you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. From here, you're going to set the hips back, adding to this kind of pigeon stretch in the front. Hips go back, and then stand up to reset. So you'll just alternate. Cross the legs, push the hips back, heavily bend in the bottom leg, and then press out of it. Set the hips away from the wall. Squeeze through both legs to stand up. Keep that going. If you don't need a wall, don't use a wall. Cross. Extend the hands. Sit back. Press off the switch. Awesome. I'm going to take the legs wide again. From here, slowly lower the torso to the left. Roll down through the middle. Lean up and to the right. Squeeze to stand tall. Taking your time, just moving the hips, moving the spine, finding length on the backs of your legs. Maybe keep the same direction for 3 revolutions. And then melt your way back. Thank you, Coach Cam, for coming in. Everybody for coming in. I really appreciate y'all getting it in this morning. Now that we're real deep into this pandemic and staying at home and all that, the fun of these home workouts kind of wore off, possibly. And people that are really dedicated to this self-improvement are still able to make these improvements. I know for sure myself, I worked hard to come out of this injury, and using this time to really hone in on my weaknesses has been great, and also forcing myself outside of my comfort zone to kind of help coach in this new platform in a different way. So thank you everybody for taking time today for yourself. The light in me recognizes and respects that light in each of you. Until the next time, my friends, namaste. Still recording. We're going to do this third hour. If y'all got time, I got, nah, just kidding. See y'all next time.